The life you were meant to live, discovering your God-given mission in life. Living out your life calling has everything to do with leadership. When you uncover your life mission, you will naturally influence people. In fact, you won't have to try and lead. Your life will naturally have a ripple effect and affect others. Because there is energy, passion, wisdom, vision, resources, these themes follow mission, so it is critical we discover our mission. Is it possible to live our lives on mission? A story to illustrate: General Taylor was from a military family. He led his last battle at age 62. He was outnumbered 4-1 in the US-Mexican War in the 1800s. He was a national hero. He retired and rode his horse home. When he got home, there were bags of mail waiting for him. But because the mail and postal system was so new, most of the letters arrived postage due. The first few all said the same thing. So instead of paying for each letter, he sent them back to Washington, D.C., to the dead letter store room. 2 weeks later, a friend visiting said, "Did you get that letter from D.C.? You want to read this one?" It was an invitation by his political party to run for President of the United States. He sent for all the letters to return back to him, and he paid for each one. General Taylor, Zachary Taylor, became president. The presidency of James Paul Polk just ended. But Taylor was a strong Christian and would not be sworn in on Sunday. So he was to be sworn in on Monday. The United States was going to be without a president for 24 hours. So the U.S. Senate appointed David Hutchinson to be president for one day 24 hours, but President Polk's last days were so busy and Hutchinson so exhausted that when he went to bed on Saturday night, he told his housekeeper not to wake him for anything. She didn't, and he slept all day Sunday and woke up at 2 p.m. Monday afternoon. David Hutchinson had slept through his whole term of office as president. The point of this story is sometimes we feel like Zachary Taylor. We have one great opportunity, but are surrounded by so many voices and letters. You almost miss the one voice you need to hear most of all. Or are like David Hutchinson. You have one window of opportunity to really do something and make a difference in the world. But you sleep through it because you're so tired from working. Often leaders know there is such a special calling in their life, but can't get to it. Is it really possible for leaders to live their life on purpose? Is leadership merely about reacting to needs around us, or is it about something more? Can we play offense and not just defense with our lives? Do we each have a specific mission to fulfill? The answer to each of these questions is yes. And in this exercise, you will receive the tools to live the life you were meant to live. 4 biblical foundations to believe we can find purpose. 1. We all have been given a purpose for our lives. 2. We are most fulfilled when we are fulfilling our purpose. The closer we get to our purpose, the more satisfied we are. 3. Not everyone uncovers their God-given purpose. We can't assume we will find it after 40 years of experience. Most of us lead maintenance-driven lives, not mission-driven, never pursuing adventure of life. 4. Our purpose is built from our personal inward design. We uncover ours by understanding our makeup, our gifts, talents. How do I know my mission? There are at least 4 common ways where your purpose in life unfolds. The 4 common ways. 1. Thunderbolt. Dramatic, your purpose in a moment or an event and it becomes instantly clear. 2. Walking through open doors. Opportunities, oh, I see why I was given the position of beauty and influence. Your purpose is revealed over many years, step by step, as you capitalize on opportunities. Then we can look back, not forward, and say, this was our calling. 3. The call from birth. Your purpose is revealed early in life. Ever since I remember, I wanted to be, you have an inward knowing. 4. Growing awareness. Your purpose starts to be revealed to you in a general sense. As you move toward it, the details start to become clearer. You receive a sense of calling and purpose, but it is very fuzzy. But each step closer, when you follow it, it becomes clearer. At first, you just walk in the general direction. Then it begins to get specific. You have a growing awareness. A. First it was just a fuzzy dream. B. But it became clearer and clearer. Understanding your purpose. 8 ingredients that will help you find purpose. Earlier, we said our purpose is built from our personal inward design. To understand your life purpose, one place you should look is inside your heart. 1. Natural talents. What abilities do you naturally possess? It is safe to presume, if you were given talents, you are meant to have them and therefore you must use them. Talents can be a tip of what you are to be. 2. Spiritual gifts. What are your primary motivational gifts? Motivation gifts ignite you. 3. Inward desires. What do you really want to do? We don't want to make this hard. What are the desires of your heart? What is in my heart? Not my flesh, but my heart. If you had no fear of failure, what would you do? 4. Results and fruit. What produces the most when you do it? What are you doing now? How are you using your time? 5. Affirmation and recognition. What do friends affirm about you? When you use your gift, do those who know you say, you need to do that more often? Other people can be more objective than you. 6. Passion and convictions. What are you compelled to pursue? What does your fire burn for? What convictions do you have? 7. Fulfillment and satisfaction. What do you enjoy doing? About inward desires. What brings deep levels of contentment and happiness? 8. Circumstances and opportunity. What's in front of you now is an opportunity. What do you recognize? Don't look too far away. Look at what is right before you. Example, Julie, a college student, was always asking for guidance for her future. She did not know what to do for a career. Tim asked, well, what are you doing now? In the last 2 years she had made 5 different trips to Mexico to help out at an orphanage, to teach in a school, to help feed the poor, to help build a community center. That was a hint of what she was to do with her life. It surprises no one that she is now a missionary in Mexico. Here is an exercise. Write down all the things you are doing right now. And the things you want to do. Look for common threads. What is in common in all these various? Is there a common thread that runs through all 8 of these ways? 1. Natural talents. 2. Spiritual gifts. 3. Inward desires. 4. Results, fruit. 5. Affirmation recognition. 6. Passion convictions. 7. Fulfillment satisfaction. 8. Circumstances, opportunity. Uncovering your life purpose. A second step toward understanding your life purpose is to align yourself with the bigger purpose of doing good for the universe. Your purpose in life is not something you create but rather uncover. It is being given to you, you were born with it and resides within all of us. 1. Begin with life's priorities, not yours. Your life purpose must include to love too. Revolve around your identity. Next, your purpose should reflect your answers to the list above. Understanding your purpose. It will be unique to your gifts, passions, and desires. It begins to revolve around your identity, where we are each unique. Otherwise, all our purposes would be the same. Our unique identity based on the above 8 ingredients gives us our own personal mission. 3. Include others. It is too easy for us to work alone. It will be in the community. It will be for others and with others. 99.5% of the time it will be in the community. The law of significance. 1 is too small a number to do something great. The purpose given to you will not be fulfilled in isolation. It will always include people and it will involve serving people. You cannot do it alone. 4. Be bigger than yourself. Your purpose will usually take a lifetime to fulfill. It will be God-sized. Richard Bach, author of Jonathan Livingston Seagull, was asked how to know if our purpose is fulfilled. He stated, if you're alive, it isn't. It will take a lifetime, not the next 3 years. You can have many visions, but only one mission in life. 5. Contain life-changing convictions. Only if you have something worth living for, do you really have something worth dying for. Your purpose should be about activity to which you would give your life. 6. Have eternal value, not just social justice. You don't just want to rearrange things on earth, and simply make the road to hell more comfortable. You need eternal outcomes. Eternity should be affected in some way by the fulfilling of your purpose. Don't limit it to simply moving things around here on earth. Make it count for eternity. Illustration: the Rose Bowl Parade. A college student had great experience building floats for the Rose Bowl. 4 years in a row he won awards for these flower statues. It was the highlight of his college years. He was asked if he could make a career making these floats. He responded, "No way, I could not give so much of myself for something that is thrown in the rubbish after 2 weeks." That man was looking for eternal purpose. He wanted his life to count for something lasting. An exercise for writing your purpose statement. The following is a list for life planning. We suggest you take a day alone and respond to the 10 items below. Use a separate sheet of paper and take your time. From this list, begin to write a statement of purpose for your life. This is putting together a big picture list. 1. Burdens. What needs tug most at your heart? What are the things that make you cry or make you angry or cause you to become passionate? Do certain news stories touch your emotions more than others, where you say, "Something must be done about this"? Usually a need or a burden comes first. 2. Hallmarks. What are the major hallmarks that have made up your life? List significant books, people, events, mentors and accomplishments that have shaped your life so far. If you look back on your life, you see major road signs and arrows pointing your way. The events can be both negative and positive. They shape you and why you are here for today. 3. Themes. What recurring themes or issues keep coming up in your conversations, personal and business, career? Are there subjects you return to regularly? Step back and listen to yourself for a week. What are the magazines in your life? 4. Tools and resources. What specific resources do you have at your side that you could employ as you fulfill your mission? These could be possessions, skills and people that help you and also help those around you. Don't use people, but serve them. 5. Style. What is your style of leadership, your personality and your spiritual gifts? What unique means of influence do you use when you try to accomplish a task? Staff around your weaknesses. 6. Dreams. What are some of your aspirations or ideas that could be a God-given purpose, clarified vision for the future? What are the things you'd love to do before you die? What are your daydreams? If you had no fear of failing, what would you do? You can write some long pages here. 7. Mission. Probably the longest part of this exercise. This is it. Begin to write out your purpose statement that answers the question, why do you exist? Why did God give you to the world? Write out the central mission for your life in 1 to 3 sentences. This is where you narrow your focus. The wider the pole, the harder it is to hammer it deep into the earth. Knowing your mission will help you say no. Leaders can do anything, but they cannot do everything. You need to know what you need to do. 8. Vision. Based on your mission statement, describe in detail what you see as the ultimate results of your life, as if you could see your contribution from the other end of it. Start each vision statement with the words, "I see." What is your vision for family, for profession? Stephen Covey. Attend your own funeral. Exercise of writing your own obituary. 9. Core values. Many businesses have core values, but what about your life and family? Now list words that describe your deepest values. They should be principles that drive you. These values guide the decisions of your life and keep you on course. These should be simple, descriptive words. You should list no more than 6. Words like leadership and honesty, purity. 6 words, if over 6 words. They are probably not core values. 10. Goals and objectives. Finally, list the areas of your life, spiritual life, family, professional, social, that are important to your purpose. List specific goals that will enable you to turn the lofty purpose statement into a practical, to-do list that you can begin to implement. Many people write purpose statements, but few make a to-do list to carry it out. Example: at what class must I take? B. What book do I need to read? C. Person to interview or mentor me? Lifetime goals. What do you want to do over your lifetime? 5-year goals. What do you want to see happen in 3 to 5 years? 1-year goals. What do you want to do in the next year? 90-day goals. What will you do in the next 3 months? Next steps. What steps will you take now in order to get started? The next steps is the most important thing to leave each meeting with. Assessment: find a leader you believe is living his or her life on purpose. Locate someone you believe has a mature statement of purpose for his or her life. Ask: how did you arrive at your purpose? Application: write out a statement of purpose based on the truths of this lesson. Illustration: who invented dynamite? Over 100 years ago, a Swedish chemist was eating breakfast. He was reading the newspaper and read his own obituary in the paper. He was shocked, but quickly realized the paper confused him with his older brother, who had recently died. Being curious, he decided to read it as if it was his own. It read, "The Merchant of Death is dead. Alfred Nobel, a Swedish chemist, died recently. Having invented dynamite, he died a very wealthy man, allowing people to kill more efficiently than ever before." He was shocked by what people would remember him for, and he decided to change this and set up a fund honoring peace, not war. And that's what we remember Alfred Nobel for today, more than the inventor of dynamite, but the sponsor of the Nobel Peace Prize. He often said, "I believe every man has a chance to change his obituary in midlife."